can't, dude. I just pushed the like button when you don't it like me.
You gotta be more patient, Jay. You do that way too much.
At
Even
least
with your
we're live
interview.
now. So how you doing today, Ken?
Great, I guess.
Tired.
I think you're kind of happy today.
Huh?
I think you're kind of happy today. I heard the news.
I told you it was gonna happen.
I'll come back. I'll come back.
I told you it was gonna happen.
Hey, Phoenix. How
What
you
up,
doing,
Phoenix?
man?
Happy Saturday, y'all.
It's a special edition. I couldn't do it yesterday because I was covering the round 2 and 3 of the NFL draft.
I'm so tired. Though from last night.
So, what do you want to talk about first?
I guess we could talk about the draft first.
Man,
Before we get into last night, you know what I mean?
you know that's upside down.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. For me, it is.
It's probably backwards, like because my camera's mirrored. But
Yeah, God damn it. You want to talk about the draft? You really want to talk about the draft?
Yeah, there we go. Now the player's gone.
I did not like the Packers draft on day 2.
Oh, because they cut a wide receiver instead.
No, we got also
O-line
and receiver. I'm like, what are you doing?
I really wanted Johnson, but he got picked before us by the Cardinals.
I know that. I wanted Will Johnson. Fantastic corner.
Yeah, even though people were like concerned about his injury, like
I don't care about the injury. I think he's still healthy. He is.
And Sanders got picked, but I don't get the whole thing. Like, we've seen quarterbacks get ranked to be in the first round.
Yeah.
And then they fall apart. Lamar Jackson's probably the most recent one I can think of.
You know who else I wanted? Mike Green. The linebacker. He was right there. And they go with the offensive tackle.
I think we have too many receivers now.
We do. We have the deepest receiving core in the league.
We have 9 wide receivers. I think I think we're not top heavy like other teams. Like you said, it's pretty balanced and deep, but a lot of these guys someone just has to take a leap and be like, I'm the one or whatever.
Yeah. And I think that's gonna be Matthew Golden.
I think it's gonna be Romeo Doubs.
I really don't see him as the number 1 receiver. I just see him as like a nice 1B, 1A and 1B.
I just think Romeo Doubs is too good of a catcher and clutch. Like a lot of our big games, he's always our leader and catches. So,
but he still has that.
His concussion thing was only a last year thing.
He already had concussion
for now, so
he used to get some concussion.
Yeah, and I don't know with him getting concussion. Like I get like, okay, this is not to try and players can wear guardian caps to feel safe, whatever. But like, he had 4 concussions last year, and 3 of them he wore the guardian cap with. So like,
so
I don't think it's that much of an improvement as people think.
I don't think it's working.
Yeah, he had his first one without, came back quicker. No, that was his longest time out. Was his first one. Then his next 3 they brought him back quicker, and I think that was the problem. But I don't think guardian caps help as much because he was wearing them. He had them on 3 of his 4 concussions. So
that's like, give me a break.
Yeah, so I just think it's probably something serious with him. So I do take that in turn, but Yeah, his route running is too good, and he's just one of those guys who goes to the ball. And to me, that's number one. Like the
But
reason
you,
why Christian
but you got to be available.
he was available his first season, and then the second season was spotty, but he still produced a lot. Like Jaden Reed was healthier than all of them, and he had one of the
Yeah,
biggest drop offs. So I get what I'm saying, like it's there for the taking, but if we're giving it to people who have shown the most in my eyes, it's Romeo Dobbs. Out of all of our wide receivers, he's shown the most. I get Jaden Reed is there too, but like he fell off and he was healthy. Like I don't get it, you know.
but we do have so many receivers right now. It's not even funny how many.
Yeah, Packer fans should definitely be happy, and I don't want to hear no more complaining now over the years of we never have wide receivers.
Yeah.
Now we need cornerbacks.
Hey, like you say, we had Jair Alexander.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with the starters we have. It's just we don't have the backups.
I
If
know,
these
yeah,
guys go down. And I'm not even talking about if Jair goes down. I'm talking about like if Valentine goes down, McKinney goes down. I understand it's safety, but like we don't have backup.
Well, right now we have Keyshawn Nixon, Corey Valentine, Jair Alexander, and that's all that is.
Yeah,
We
I think the rest of our picks should just be cornerbacks and safeties.
Well, right now in the 5th round, we took a linebacker. I don't know for some reason why we took a linebacker. I don't know.
Because we need a linebacker. That was my second position. It
Yeah,
goes cornerback, linebacker. Then I'd probably go like D line or O line, and then wide receiver.
yeah. But the biggest story of the draft of 2025 is how far Shador Sanders fell.
One, it's his dad's fault. Two,
Yeah.
Draft not happening yet?
Huh?
Draft.
It's still going up. It's in the 6th round.
What's fun you watch?
No.
No?
No.
No, man.
Yeah, that's the biggest story of this year's draft. Why is Shador Sanders falling that?
because his dad talks so much crap about other teams, saying how he doesn't want his son to be on a rebuilding team, and all teams that need a quarterback are rebuilding. So his dad's mouth kind of ruined it. And then I also heard reports that him not participating fully in all the practices really demotivated a lot of teams. Him not showing his effort and maybe thinking he's too good for certain things and stuff like that.
That's what I heard too.
Well, I don't hear a lot of this in football, but you hear a lot of this in basketball where guys will half-ass their meetings with teams and then they drop and then they're like, why did I drop? It's because you got to show out for these teams, man. Like,
and also the reports are every team that he met with, he came into the meeting all cocky, like he was already a superstar.
Yeah, teams don't like that. And then, like I said yesterday, a couple of days ago, on stream, is like this whole new fan rhetoric of bad takes era that people say, and no one's watching players play no more. It's always the outside speculates or what's the worst take you can have about a player or this and that, and seeing a lot of fans like saying like, oh, they're out there to get him, they're trying to sabotage him. I'm like, no, man, pay attention to the stuff that's coming out, all these articles, the reporters. Like, I don't understand why people are acting like it's like where's this coming from? Like, no, man, his dad's been talking all season when he was playing in college football.
Oh, man.
And then like you said, the way he carries himself isn't like, I'm trying to win, I want to carry this team on. build this team. I want to do all that, whatever. Like the good talk, he's probably in there, maybe being quiet, maybe not answering as many questions. We don't know, but like from the sounds of it, when you have those types of players, they're very just very standoffish, and like you said, teams are not gonna like that.
But breaking news: the Browns traded back into the 5th round, and they drafted Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, which you called him going to the Browns, but a lot of people saw that. I think they're the only team that wasn't the Steelers that needs a quarterback.
You know what? I was watching round 2 and 3 last night. I was live streaming it, and every time the Steelers came up, I'm like, could this be Shedeur Sanders? Could this be? And no. Then the Browns came up again. I'm like, Shedeur? No. Vegas comes up, Shedeur? No. By then, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Shedeur is very talented. He is. He's going to be a good QB in the league. My opinion. But man.
I don't know. He's on the Browns, man.
But man, it looked like the whole league was out to get Shedeur.
Blame his father. Like,
Man.
we've seen this happen in sports plenty of times before, where families or outside stuff like that get players in trouble.
I think his dad screwed him over.
Oh yeah, and then especially when his dad went on First Take and was talking all that stuff, like,
He was on
my son's
Take.
number one, he's the best. Like I get, like, don't get me wrong, I love the love that he gives to his son, and I do respect parents and appreciate parents, going out for their kids. But don't do it to the point where it's detrimental to your own kid. Like,
it's like, man, and last night there was a conversation. Could Dallas actually take Shedeur Sanders as
that
a
would be a
backup?
very Dallas thing to do, but no, that would be dumb to do.
As a backup, and have Deion Sanders as the head coach next year. That would have been awesome if Deion could coach the Dallas Cowboys next year and have his son as his quarterback.
Man, sport doesn't need this much nepotism, man. It's like, I hate it with the NBA and LeBron James and Bronny James. You don't need anything like that in the NFL.
But there were 5 QBs ahead of Shedeur that got drafted. 5.
And you know what? They probably said, hey, we want to do anything we can to help our team win, unlike Shedeur. Again, I don't know if he said that. Again, that is just putting out there.
But Shedeur Sanders is more talented than those guys.
But talented doesn't mean coachable.
But it was crazy how far he fell.
I don't know. As much as to me, again, as a person who's a casual on college football, I don't watch it. I barely heard anything about this dude. Like, out of all first-round picks that are quarterbacks, I even heard more about Will Levis than him, dude. Until draft came around. And when draft came around, that's all I was hearing was him. But before then, during college, I barely heard about him. Again, I know his team didn't really do that well, but like,
for me, I do watch a lot of college football also to see how these guys do in the college level. And man, Shedeur Sanders was awesome. Great accuracy. He doesn't necessarily have a cannon for arm, but he makes it up with his legs. So I'm okay with that. But the way the way how far he fell in the draft, that is just ridiculous.
I'm still here. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he should have went in the first or second round. But okay, Colin says Seahawks got a great lotto ticket of a QB. Yes, I do like him
What's the
also
problem?
as a QB. Taking backs I was the only real. Yeah, well he can fix that problem. The coaching staff has to teach that kid to get rid of the ball faster, or he's gonna get killed in the NFL.
I was gonna say I just don't. I think if now I'm just concerned with him on the Browns, man. I just don't think that will work out for him.
Well, the Browns have a nice draft
It's like the Browns have had a nice draft the last like 2 years.
right now. They drafted like all O linemen and all defensive line. It's ridiculous. Miles Garrett got a lot of help in this draft.
Hey, I guess man, am I technically a Brown? No, I was gonna say just because the Browns owner owns stock in the Bucks, I'm not gonna pretend like I like the Browns.
You
But
were gonna say it, weren't you?
I was gonna say like, am I connected with the Browns somehow? But
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Kid, you're connected to the Browns.
hey, at least they have orange, I guess, which is my favorite color besides blue. So
But they still have Deshaun Watson. Yeah, call it. Laugh at. Get it. He's connected to the Browns.
Pharrell by one of the worst parts of their Brown, their owner. Ugh,
Yeah.
gross. Hold on, let me touch the Bucks hat to get some of that juju off of me.
So, what do you think about the Packers with their new wide receiver, Matthew Golden?
Like I said during the draft, I like Texas. It's my second or third favorite school behind Oregon and Wisconsin. So
But do you think he's going to play kick return in his rookie year? 'Cause in college,
that's what we got the guy from the Chiefs from. So,
but in college, he had 7 touchdowns on kick return.
maybe, but it depends on if they do. If I think if maybe like the regular kick returns, but I think we would use the guy we got from the Chiefs as punt returner.
Well, every single receiver that we drafted. I'm working here, kid.
Unicorn. It's unicorn time, Jay. Not sports time. Unicorn time.
You know what? Don't encourage her. Hey, you're not gonna say, I love you, Kenton, right here.
I love you, Kenton.
Oh, I love you too.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so. Yeah, but see, every time we drop the receiver, like, Randall Cobb, he played on special teams. Jalen Reed played on special teams. I think Romeo Dobbs played on special teams on one play, but they got it out of there for some reason. So, but yeah. Keep ripping out. You're good there, Nick. All right.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love and support.
Yeah, we all. Thank you so much. That's great, man.
Howdy.
We have the best fans.
I'm here.
I'm just calling you. Uncle Jay.
are here.
Thank you. Thank you for joining and support.
Come on, can you come back later?
She's.
Um,
It take a long time.
1 hour.
I
Okay.
can watch you.
Then you have
Aw.
to be very quiet, okay? Oh man.
She said,
Stop laughing!
"Hey, it's funny."
Yeah, I'm watching the kid because my brother's out of town for work. So,
Oh, no, your brother's a busy man.
yes, he is. So what team do you think is gonna be a little bit better next year? My opinion,
The Jets. I meant the Giants. The Giants, I think, will be better.
And then Austin
Yeah. yeah, the Jets, no Giants. Yeah, they did draft a rookie quarterback also. So,
Yeah, but I think with getting Russell Wilson, they'll just have more energy and momentum towards them. Because a couple years ago, they were playing well. I know they got let like Barkley walk and McKinney walk, but they still have a couple of pieces still there.
well, they got a great pass rusher. I think they drafted
Uncle
another
Jay,
running back.
Uncle Jay, open the window.
Okay. Can I come back later, please? But yeah, I agree with you on that one. The New York Giants. And don't be surprised if the Saints make the playoffs. Because I think they did a good job in the draft.
You said the Bengals?
No, the Saints.
Oh, the Saints. Yeah, I think the Saints will do good.
But they gotta get their QB, whoever it is.
Yeah, what's going on with Derek Carr?
Derek Carr is having issue with a non-throwing shoulder, and then the organization doesn't want to pay him for that because he's injured. So it's a whole. But they did draft the QB also.
So is they gonna keep Carr? Or do you think Carr's gonna go to a different team then?
Right now, it indicates that they might just keep him for one more year
Uncle Jay, open the window.
because of the leadership aspect.
Uncle Jay.
Yeah. Sure, can you come back later? I'm working.
Keep the window open.
Okay, I'm working. Come back later. Okay? Alright. Bye. Hey, turn the light on. I hit that.
Kids, huh?
Thank God.
It's like that child deserves her own sitcom or something.
No, don't you dare encourage her, man. She's trying to take my YouTube channel.
The Akira show.
Yeah, she's trying to take my YouTube channel. It's like ridiculous. But yeah, stop it, kid. Stop it. You're encouraging.
instead of me and you in the logo, it's just her name. And instead of sports talk, it says unicorn with her and the unicorn in it. He's like, no, please.
You want to get fired from this show?
No, but Akira would probably replace me though.
I can find somebody else.
Nah, you can't find anybody as good as me.
Oh.
I put money on it.
You think highly of yourself, don't you?
Only on here.
I
Actually, no. I do. I'm a fantastic person.
My phone off.
Now the phone's interrupting us. Come on now. That's not adorable. That's just annoying now.
What's going on? You know what, dude? You're getting on my last nerve.
We got a show to run, Jay. We got people to entertain, and we're not doing it.
You know what? I can get Stephen A. Smith on the show to be my co-host.
Oh, then you would lose all your subscribers, Jay.
What?
You'd lose all your subscribers then.
I actually DM'd it on Instagram.
Did he reply? Probably not, because he does not use Instagram.
Actually, I did get a hi. But I don't think it's him.
Yeah, it's probably one of his assistants or something.
Yeah, I could DM a lot of players that made the draft and see if I can get an interview with them. None of them responded. But they're kind of busy right now with the whole draft, so.
Dun. Sorry.
All right, let's go back to let's go to the NBA right now then.
Yeah. We'll go around. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Lakers yesterday as well to go up 2-1 in the series. I think that was the only other game yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. Last night was a blur. Even though I was watching playoff games, I don't know why I can't remember anything. Again, it's because the Bucks won. That's why. I was just tricking you guys. I remember. It was just the lead up to get to there. Indiana fans want to talk all that smack, huh? All that smack.
I can put slime on you.
It's a 7-game series. You never wait. You motherfuckers just never wait. Excuse my language. Oops, my bad. I forgot she was kind of here. I forgot she was there. But man, people just always want to count teams out and again do these bad takes of it's over, it's done. It's been 1 game out of 7-game series, man. I never do that. This series is not even done. As much as I'm happy and I'm gonna talk crap a little bit because with my team winning.
Oh man!
The Pacers still are 1 game ahead, and we got another game tomorrow. So hopefully, and I think we will tie this series up. Come back to win
tomorrow.
Huh?
What time? Tomorrow.
8:30. So it's a late game.
Wow, that late?
Yeah. They're probably having multiple games tomorrow as well, and we're just probably the last one.
Okay.
So,
yeah, wasn't that score 117-98?
Yeah, around there.
So
you got the Bucks score right, but I don't know.
Did they make a big comeback or what?
Yeah, we were down 10 points at once and then just started lighting it up, and the reason that happened is we were spreading the floor a lot and moving the ball, and Giannis and Gary Trent Jr. both went off for 37 points, both. So without their massive games, our season would be almost done pretty much.
Man, that's massive.
Yeah. So and this is real quick. People stop the Damian Lillard slandered. This man had a blood clot in his leg and was out for 25 games. And you can't expect someone to come back and just be, boom, I'm gonna start scoring my 25 points. The fact that he didn't get no ramp up to practice and he just went into a playoff game pretty much as soon as he was cleared. I give him credit. Again, this is the era of bad takes and people just not
Yeah,
paying attention, man. He averaged 25 points in the regular season at 34 years old. I don't understand how that's washed. You know, him and Giannis both didn't make the playoffs. I mean, we made the playoffs this year, but Dame only played in one game, and then the game he played, he went lights out, and then another game he got hurt and he missed the rest of the series. Giannis didn't play all series last season. That's why I don't see it as a rivalry against the Pacers, besides the fans just being the most annoying pieces of shit of all time and low IQ fan base that doesn't know how to cheer or boo during the games. Like like Indiana Pacers fans should be embarrassed. They were booing and cheering and just talking at such wrong, awkward moments. Like they were cheering and like the smack talk, but I'm like, you guys you got a foul call than you guys. Like boo the refs or whatever. Like they're like, yeah, talk shit more. Woo!
Oh, come on, kid, dude. Don't make fun of the other fan bases.
Here's not making fun of. At least the Heat fans have championships under the name. At least Celtics fans, who can be a little racist sometimes, have championships under their names, right? And then you got Philadelphia fans. At least they got balls. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
And history, that's not just Reggie Miller, you know, who I love, by the way. I will never slander Reggie Miller, but
yeah, you better not. Reggie Miller's a legend.
yeah, no, I love Reggie Miller. He's the best thing about Indiana. But no, now you guys got. Oh, by the way, Tyrese Halliburton was rated the most overrated player in the NBA. So
I don't know who that guy is.
exactly, but he knows who Giannis is.
I think I do.
No, you know who Giannis is. Don't do that.
Isn't he the guy that came from some other country?
You guys want to clip that and send that to Jay, or like
I know who Giannis is.
I know, I'm just messing with you. It's playing
Yeah,
along.
I'm working.
I was here all the time.
Yeah, go play with mommy for a little
Not
bit.
gonna lie, she kicked the hell that door in, didn't she? But I guess to get down about the game though, the game started off really close. Both teams were going back and forth.
Yeah.
Started off with Giannis doing a lot of carrying and scoring the points for the Bucks. Halliburton hit a really huge three, and I thought that's how the game was going to go, is him just going off. But give Gary Trent Jr. and Damian Lillard props for actually playing really good defense against him and stopping him. And the thing about Tyrese Halliburton is people get on him for not scoring, but that's not what he really wants to. Like, of course, he'll have games where if he needs to and he has to, he'll go off. But his main thing is he wants to be a playmaker. You know, he wants to do all these flashy passes and stuff like that. And then when people start worrying about the passing, then he'll probably try and look to score more for himself. But the Bucks did a really good job of stopping both of that, of the lanes he likes to passes in, and then just making it uncomfortable for him. A lot of the times he did score or again run deep threes, or when the Bucks just lost it on like communication or on picks, and he was able to get an open lane for one big dunk, and then a couple of shots in the paint, layups and stuff. But yeah, the Bucks did a really good job of closing him out. But Pascal Siakam, whoa, I had a stroke there or something. He's a Bucks killer, man. Ever since him being on Toronto, he's just I don't know what it is. He just can't miss. He's making his mid ranges. He's making some really good contested threes against us. So the Bucks have to look to really stop him. Like they did again. I think they've been doing a good job against Halliburton in the series. Now they just got to try and figure out how to stop Siakam. And I think they do that by not playing Brook Lopez as much. He's really been, as much as people have been talking about Kyle Kuzma and his game where he didn't have any stats. One, he had an injured thumb, only touched the ball for 35 seconds or something like that. You're not going to score or anything like that. Or it was like 53 or 35 seconds. One of the two. But no, Brook Lopez is definitely the biggest weakness in this team. He's just too slow. As much as I love his rim protecting and all
Mhm.
that stuff, he's just such a liability with a team like the Pacers who move so fast, going up and down the court. He can't do that for so long, and then like again can't get back. The Pacers are fast and they're long too, so there's rim protection, and then we have to go back, and he's getting tired. Like it just really ruins the rhythm and feng shui
Yeah.
of the game. So I liked that they played Jericho Sims a lot. He deserves a lot of credit for guarding Tyrese as well. Not mainly, but just when they would do switches for pick and rolls.
Mhm.
Man, he just has such good quick feet, dude. Like, yeah, he's a very talented defender and underrated. And then another underrated defender that we're gonna talk about who's a star that's mentioned him earlier is Damian Lillard. He had a humongous block against Siakam, and he was going against some guard as a guard. He was going against some centers in the paint because of the stupid switches the Bucks like to do.
Yeah.
Um, but he was proving himself. Of course, he got beat a couple of times of only him being 6'2", and those guys being 6'10", 6'9", just
Jesus.
shooting layups pretty much over him. But there were certain times where they were fighting, and before they would get the ball, he was giving them a good fight down there, and I really liked that competitiveness from him that he was showing, especially until he was missing on offense and couldn't really do anything for us. The fact that he was still playing hard just shows a lot about his character and him being a leader. You know, there's more ways you can affect the game than just scoring.
Yeah.
And again, the fact that people don't want to talk about the game this way, as much as I do like shooting the shit with Indiana Pacer fans and poking each other or whatever, I generally just like talking about the game and watching it as well.
Yeah.
So I just wish this was more. There's more of that because a lot of it. Again, I shouldn't be going to social media for it, but it's just sad that that's what it's turned into. Is everyone just like hot takes, shit talking? It's just bad, man.
Well, yeah, that's sports right there.
Not all the time. Like I remember growing up and then hearing like my uncles and their friends debate, and when they would talk about sports, they're talking about like, you remember this play and all that stuff. And then like after you only really get into like the trash talking when it'd be like, oh, what's your top five or blah
Yeah,
blah
yeah.
blah, or then scenarios come up like, well, if he wasn't hurt or if he was on this team and this team, then that's when like the
Yeah,
banter, and
that's
then
what
like, you don't know what you're talking about, you have a low IQ, like then that's when the banter comes in. But like
yeah,
when you're in
yeah,
a game, like you see the game last night, dude, the last 6 minutes was crazy, and they would go back and forth and like talk
yeah,
about this. Like there was a split where the Bucks were going back and forth. What's his first name? Oh my God, Smith for the Pacers. You don't know, but number 23, Finney Smith. I think for the Pacers, that dude can shoot the ball so well. He was killing us as well and keeping the Pacers in the game. That was crazy. But Gary Trent Jr. shot 9 3-pointers and made them. Uh, he tied the Bucks playoff record for most threes in the playoff game with Ray Allen. So,
Really?
yeah. So of course I don't know if he can do that again.
Yeah.
Be hard, but if we can get someone else to contribute or step up big for tomorrow, I think the Bucks will be fine.
Okay.
Look at this squish guy.
Because like people don't realize like when the Bucks beat the Pacers in the regular season, and we both had players out, even though they weren't so more effective for the Pacers,
Look at this
is
guy.
Yeah.
fast-paced basketball only works so far.
Oh, Gucci, look at your hand.
With basketball, the
Look
playoffs,
at your hand.
basketball in the playoffs slows down so much. Like the first round, it could work, but as you go more into the further into the rounds, the game, the pace of the game just slows down so much. That's going to affect the Pacers, because they're so fast in what they want to do, they're making mistakes. They turn over the ball. They miss a lot of mid ranges. They're not in rhythm. I'm not complaining, by the way, as a Bucks fan. So keep doing that, Pacers. But that's their biggest weakness is how fast and jittery they are. They can't really set themselves sometimes as much. And they do depend on a lot of turnovers from the other team, the team missing a lot, then rebounding and then passing it up right away. Again, pushing the pace.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna get you very far in the playoffs if that's what you need.
Yeah.
You need to have sets, you need to have a guy
Hey,
who
look at
can
this style.
who can ISO. That's not all the thing. ISO ball and basketball is not, but you just need a guy who can take over. And I don't know if Halliburton is that player. I think Pascal Siakam is, but I don't think Halliburton is. And you don't want Siakam to be that person, even though I think he can be.
Okay.
He's better as a defender, and we just need to worry about his scoring as much and scoring off of pick and rolls or just off the ball more instead of him being a ball handler
Okay.
at 6'10". So he can do it, but I just don't think if your team is making him be that, then I don't think your team's gonna make it far again.
Okay.
And so that's my thing for the Pacers. They're gonna fix. And the Bucks, Brook Lopez again can't play as many minutes as he has been playing. They did a good job yesterday. Got to clean up our turnovers. We have to make all these open shots that we're missing. Because if we did it the first game we were screwed. We were too much in the hole. But the second game, we just missed so many shots. And then yesterday, even though we made them, Bobby was missing a lot of open wide shots. Prince missed a lot of open wide shots. Kevin Porter Jr., Damian Lillard. As those shots go in, dude, we're blowing them out by like 30.
Really?
I could say that. Anyone can say that, of course, but like we would still miss them. But like they were bailing like open shots that were rimming in and out. That was what just helped put the final nail in the coffin in that game for them. But that's what kept them alive, and the Bucks just have to execute on those opportunities. The biggest problem for the Bucks is missing opportunities that help either get us back in the game or just help extend momentum, man. Like we do that way too much, and it's frustrating because a lot of teams, I feel like the reason they beat us is because they do those small things or they make their open shots more. The Pacers, they don't make open shots. I don't know what it is. They make a lot of shots. But it seems like if you have a hand in their face, they're going to make it. I don't get the Pacers. To me, are the most confusing team in the NBA. I think they're respectfully talented, but I also do think they're overrated. Like as much as people are like, "Oh, overrated" is an insult thing. Yeah, it is, I guess, in this standpoint. But it's like I think they're peaking too soon. If that makes sense.
So, in your opinion, who do you think is going to make the championship? Which two teams?
On the West, I think it's either going to be the Thunder, Warriors, or Mavs. The Clippers you could put in there as well.
Wow.
I mean, not the Mavericks. I meant Minnesota Timberwolves. It was the M's, not the Mavericks. The Mavericks are not in the playoffs. Well, they are, but no, they're not. But I also am forgetting about a couple other teams. But no, I'd say that Clippers, Timberwolves,
Okay.
Warriors, and I think I said another team, but I'm forgetting already. Thunder. Yeah, there you go. And then for the East, I think it's going to be Jason Tatum played, but he does have that wrist injury. You don't know if it's going to get worse. But definitely the Cavaliers.
Okay.
Celtics. I'm going to go with Knicks fans. They're not going to be happy, but I think Pacer fans. I don't know why I'm giving Pacer fans credit. But I think, man, I don't know.
Is that hard to choose? Come on.
I told you this is the greatest time to be a basketball fan unless you stay off of the internet because of the talent. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think a lot of these teams can be championship, but it's just like
Mm-hmm.
all these teams are so talented and can go off any night, you know? Like
Yeah.
one team going a streak, like the Pistons and the Knicks are going back and forth right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what, Cleveland and it's the Magic again? Like, or the Heat? It's the Heat, I think. I haven't been paying attention to a lot of other teams recently. Besides the Lakers and Timberwolves,
Mm-hmm.
which is bad on my part, but I'd say Boston, Cleveland, Bucks, and then I would do Knicks, and then yeah, that's it. Again,
Okay.
I think the Pacers and even the Pistons are kind of right there, but a little bit peaking a little too much.
Yeah.
Not like peaking like this is the best they will be, but like the momentum and the hype around them is just too high where I think they're really at.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're close. I think the Pacers are genuinely a couple pieces away or one other star from being there. People will count like, oh, what about the Bucks not having the best record? But you have Giannis on your team, and it's just a supporting cast to really help him. So that's why the Knicks, even though they haven't been there, they just have the star power and the supporting cast. So, and then the Pistons, they just have the heart and the momentum right now. So I don't think they'll win a championship, but I also wouldn't be shocked if they would make a run, even though I don't think that's very plausible at all. Like that's like a 15% chance or 10% chance of it happening. But like you never know. They were pretty competitive in the season, and they did beat Boston and Cleveland. So
yeah.
like I said, this season has been the most competitive in a long time. Even though like there were very flip-floppy games that weren't, you'll always have blowouts and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, one moment a team was doing well, then a team was doing bad, and then another team was doing well. The only teams that weren't really like that were the top 6. But like every other team that was in the middle, they were all just taking turns passing each other, being in close races, like paying attention to the playoff bracket, and then in the play-in, like it was pretty dope to hear all that noise around it and stuff. So again, if the mainstream media wasn't such a drag and bad at their job, and would actually show these teams and players fairly, I think that the NBA would be blowing up right now.
You might be right about that.
Hey man, ESPN is the worst sports media thing of all time right now. I think they're so trash.
But they're the biggest company in the world for sports.
What happens with monopolizing? You get all these creators and not creators, but all these journalists, sports analysts. No one holds them accountable for the outlandish things they say or do. And then it's just a lot of story rhetorics and nonsense. And they're really not about the game, talking about what they do. You don't really hear about the Sports Center top 10 no more or ESPN like that. Like it's about this guy was out partying with the team and then they played a game and they lost. Like you can't party, blah, blah, blah. Like it's never about like the good stuff in sports or again great things, unless a guy drops 50 points or running back goes for almost 200 yards. Like I know that's very rare and almost impossible, but like, you know what I'm saying? It just takes something. it just takes something so historic
Yeah.
in the eyes for it to be talked about for a long time.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Like a lot. I remember one of the times I'm talking about, they spent almost an hour talking about that one college kid and his girlfriend. That people were thinking that she's a gold digger or whatever. Instead of talking about football.
Yeah.
They spent almost an hour talking about a college kid or teen young adult and his girlfriend.
Well, maybe that was the biggest topic.
No, that's not what I think should be talked to. Like I think it can be mentioned and talked about, because I remember we talked about it for a little bit, but as
Yeah,
you
we
can see, I
talked
don't
about
remember because I don't care because it's not my relationship. But like, see, that's that's the type of mindset these big
Yeah.
media places should have, man.
Yeah, you're right about that. So,
Like talk about players, talk about the teams.
yeah.
You know, like the reason why small markets suck. By the way, I think they're better than the big ones, and I'm talking about
Oh, yeah,
all.
they are. They are. Small markets are better.
But because they have better fan loyalty and just more unity together. But you don't hear that because, again, ESPN analysts refuse to talk about these things. Oh, it's cold in Cleveland and Milwaukee and Detroit. Don't get me wrong, Cleveland and Detroit are not good places like that. But they're very underrated and slept on. So is Milwaukee. Milwaukee, boy, our market just got, our
Oh,
public
bigger.
market just got ranked number one again for the second year in a row. We've been in the top 5 for best cities for the last 5 years now, with New York and Chicago and other places. Our tourism is getting up there. Like, Milwaukee isn't the Milwaukee from the damn 90s and 80s. Besides our winters being brutal, but like, go snowboarding, sledding, like skiing.
Yeah, but it's
You know, you
still
can eat hot
cold.
chocolate. Like, drink hot chocolate. Like, there's so much
I
you
would
can do.
die over there.
Besides, yeah, like it is tough. But like, I like having all 4 seasons and do something. It makes you switch your
Yeah,
environment up.
that is true. That is true, kitten.
Like you get to plan different times. Like
Yeah.
it's no snow here, so I have to wait a whole year, which makes it exciting to go snowboarding or sledding with my friends again or something like that. You know, and then when it's spring, you know, you get to go out in the woods and go hiking. Or, you know,
Yeah.
you can go to the lakefront and the beaches now, you know. Like, there's a lot of more things. And then summer happens, you have brewer games, you have more restaurants, you know, we have water parks over here. Like I recently saw a post where people were like, bro, there's nothing to do in Wisconsin. I'm like, if you're just looking for nightclubs and strip clubs, which Milwaukee has, and they're not the best, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know what people want when they say there's nothing to like fucking do in Wisconsin. I'm like, we're not South Dakota, we're not Wyoming, we're not Idaho, where it's actually just fields and nature. Like, there's stuff you can do.
What are you gonna show me when I come down there?
I'm definitely taking you downtown to Milwaukee for sure.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna eat a lot of food until I know you like food.
Oh, okay. I'm a big foodie too.
Yeah.
I
Milwaukee has one of the best food scenes in the whole United States. Very underrated. We have some of the, of course, Dairyland, but like the ice cream here is unreal compared to other states that I've also had ice cream.
Yeah, that. Jeez, I bet isn't Wisconsin the largest dairy state?
Yeah, us in California go back and forth. Like, California was leading it for years, but we recently just took it back.
Yeah.
And I think California is about to take it back, so it goes back and forth. So.
Yeah, it goes back and forth. So yeah.
But as of right now, last time I checked, Wisconsin was leading again. So, but again, it could change. So but yeah.
Yeah, we got off way topic.
Yeah, but I think going back to the playoffs, I think the Bucks are going to win tomorrow. Next week, I'll be more prepared talking about other teams because I do want to talk about other playoff series. So I'm going to watch the other games that I missed. Because I've been watching here and there. I watched one Warriors game. And that was the one where Jimmy Butler got hurt. So, but it's just been hard. I've been having a lot of stuff outside of sports that I've been dealing with, guys. So
yeah, he really is.
So yeah, I've been stupid busy. So like, and I've had 2 days where I hadn't really do anything, but I just really used those days to rest.
Yeah,
I was like, I ain't watching. I was watching YouTube, but I was like, I don't want to watch sports. I was like, I needed a break. So, but this week I'm gonna get back on my stuff. I refound my notebook after cleaning that I used in the beginning. Okay. I cleaned my room and I put a lot of stuff in boxes, and it just messed me up with the organizing. So I found my thing that I can put notes in again, so I cannot use my phone. And then, like Jay said, I got my license now again visually, and then I'm working soon.
Look, Uncle Jay.
Yeah, so I'll be working soon, but my working schedule shouldn't mess up streaming or anything.
If it does, we can work around it.
Yeah. And then Jay still has to put that community post up I sent you.
I've been in so much pain all weekend.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping you would do it before something happened. You know what's crazy? And I told him too. I was like, hey, you gotta.
You're all blue.
You gotta do it before.
Uncle Jay, you're all blue.
You can't. You have to take a day off or whatever.
Hey, you guys, how do you like her new sunglasses?
And what color are they?
Blue.
It looks blue, but I'm color deficient, so I was gonna try.
Yeah, guys, I've been going through some rough health patches here.
Yeah, you can't catch a break, dude.
I'm in pain all the time.
It seems like there's just like what, a 2-week stretch where you were like, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling fine, and then you fell off your brother's thing when you're in your wheelchair, and that just
it's downhill from there. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that was the you literally were on top of the mountain. You said, I haven't felt this great in so long.
Yeah. And then after you brought me right back to the ground.
Yeah, you went on vacation. You went out of town, came back. You were sick for a little bit, and then after you felt better from being sick, you're like, I feel good. My body feel good, and then boom, you fall.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's not funny, by the way, but this the scenario.
I mean, I went to emergency room like about 4 times already.
Yeah, that's not funny, but damn.
It was that bad.
Yeah, but you gotta look at your surroundings. Again, you falling out of your brother's car wasn't your fault, but the bathtub one, you said you could have went in there a little bit slower. Yeah. You said so.
But you didn't look. Still here.
You said you went in too fast and you didn't look, and then you slipped.
Yep. But I'm still here because I have people that aren't counting on me.
Hey, but your health is always more important than.
But I know you're counting on me for this podcast, so I gotta do.
Hey, as much as I love this podcast and the subscribers, again, your health is more important, my guy.
It's like I cannot get a break. I can't get a break.
I'm like, you gotta have to put like a door like in the bathtub so it's like flat or something.
Or maybe I should just wrap myself in bubble tape.
Bubble tape.
You know what I mean?
Bubble wrap.
Yeah, that's bubble wrap. You know what I mean? Come on.
Wrap yourself in bubble wrap before going in the shower. Then when you get in there, take it off.
Yeah.
I'll put bubble wrap towel instead. No.
I wonder, you know, in the NFL, they have those Guardian helmets for concussions. I wonder if they can make one for the whole body.
That you call like your transitional blanket from one place to the other.
Yeah.
This will help them.
You know what, Kenton, I really appreciate you there. I
Hey,
really do.
man. Thank you, but I appreciate you too. This is your channel, and you allow me to come out here every week and be a goofy fool, you know. So
You are a goofy fool. And we do have arguments sometimes. Just like the Jair Alexander
I was
argument.
gonna say mostly and only pretty much about Jair. Everything else is pretty much banter. But I ain't taking no Jair slander, that's for sure. We aliens around here.
Oh man. Yeah, this guy right here called me out on it too, guys.
I was calling everybody out on the Jair betraying him. How dare you guys?
I'm not betraying no one.
Nah, he betrayed him.
I don't want to get into it.
Nah, you and a lot of Packer fans betrayed him. Turn your back on him. No.
I am gonna go Stephen A on your butt right now.
So you're gonna go heel? That's what it is.
I'm always the heel, baby. I'm like the new John Cena. Turning heel.
I feel like. Oh, I guess it is a sports podcast, but well, I guess we're done talking about playoffs. Sorry, guys. Talking about wrestling real quick, man. The WWE universe really sucks, huh?
Yes, it does. The WWE universe just sucks.
Man, I don't get that fan base anymore. I'm so happy I don't watch wrestling anymore. Because they were all up about like John Cena better win, and then as soon as he wins, they're like, "Oh!"
I did not want him to win at all.
I
I
want
don't
him to
think
win.
it's
I
a-
like it. I love it.
It's like, come on.
Mr. 17, let's go.
Which is bullshit. Excuse
Nope. It's in the rightful hands.
Excuse me, but that's bullshit.
It's in the rightful hands. And then Randy Orton is next.
Randy Orton needs 3 more belts to tie and 4 more to win.
I think he'll pass it. I think if there's any wrestler who deserves to pass it, it's him. But
And now they have a new faction in the WWE. It's Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker.
you know, I used to think Braun Breaker was Braun Strowman.
Oh no, 2 different guys, man. 2 different.
Yeah, I was like, when did he get smaller?
Oh. And he's still muscular too. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I love his spears. I watched a couple
Oh
of
man,
spears.
did you see that full run? He was running to the ring. All of a sudden, he just speared the guy. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
that had to hurt. That had to hurt.
Oh, another thing, if you came to Milwaukee real quick, talk about wrestling, I would take you to the bar to go see that wild independent wrestling that I go to with them breaking the glasses and barbed wire stuff.
Oh man, you know what? I would love to interview one of those guys.
I could actually ask one of them. Actually, I got an autograph, and I'm friends with him on Instagram.
Yeah, hit him up, man.
I was like, I'm not gonna take. Actually, I'll show you the autograph I got from him.
I have a lot of questions for those guys. I mean, does it really hurt when you get?
Yeah, this guy.
he's a luchador.
Yeah, and he had one of the most impressive finishers I've ever seen.
All right.
Like his finisher, I can't describe it to you, but it's literally the best finisher I've ever like top 3 finishers I've ever seen in
Right.
wrestling.
All right.
Yeah, like it was creative as hell. Like that one girl that the Undertaker reacted to, where she did that like flip thing. He has like something similar, but it's lower. He doesn't like lift someone up. But like, it's really cool, really cool.
Yeah. So, is there any way that you can give me his Instagram?
Yeah, I can send it to you after the
Yeah,
stream.
maybe I can send him a DM and see if he would like to.
I was like, yeah, until it's the off season, I can try and get a Reed to finally get on too. So
maybe ask him if he wants to do the Backlash next month.
yeah, I'll text him today because I
Yeah,
recently was
because
just
the main
talking to him.
event's going to be Randy Orton versus John Cena.
Yeah, because I recently was just talking to him. We weren't even talking about sports. We were just talking like, hey, how are you? And, like stuff like that. So.
All right, guys, it looks like that's it for today's podcast. We did go off topic.
Yeah, we had a couple other things we were supposed to run through, but it's fine. We'll get them next week or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
And don't forget, are you going to do that scheduled release with me? I'm going to do the scheduled release show.
Oh, for the football
Yeah,
season?
for the Packers.
As long as there's no Bucks game, yeah.
All right.
Of course, if I'm not working, then yeah.
All right. So, yeah, guys, the wait for that. The schedule comes out May 14th. We're about 2 weeks away from the scheduled release. And then I have a video coming out on Monday, which Jackson is editing right now. So you're gonna like the video. And yeah, that's all about it. Sorry for not putting out a lot of content this week. I haven't been feeling so well, so that's why there hasn't been a lot of content. But you are going to get a lot of content this summer, so.
Yeah, you guys are. And also, if they don't understand what you're going through, Jay, pow. All of you guys. Pow.
So yes, and then I'll update you guys about my health too. Because I have to go see the doctors pretty soon. So, but yeah, anything you want to plug? Oh yeah, and guys, it's my bad that I couldn't do anything. But Kenton is gonna do video games on this channel and on his own channel also. But I gotta get that up.
Yeah, I just gotta see how many people would be interested. Because if there's people who would be really interested, then I'll do it faster and through my PlayStation instead of just waiting for my PC. But yeah.
So I'll get that up by tonight or tomorrow for sure.
Okay. Just do it when you feel the best, I guess.
And can you resend me the list?
Yeah, I have it in my notes. So.
Oh yeah. I need the list.
It's not gonna take long or whatsoever. So.
But yeah, if I can't put out any content, Kenton's gonna put out content for us. So you guys have something to watch.
Yeah, just always something to get going. I'll be doing it on Twitch and YouTube. So.
Yeah. So
I'll be dual streaming, I guess. Then I'll have specific streams for 18 plus people only on Twitch.
all right.
Listening to music and playing games and smoking. So just because Twitch allows it, not unlike YouTube, even though I like YouTube more. So
Wait, do they really?
we could listen to copyrighted music on Twitch.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, So I think I wasn't talking about this in Jay in private, but we talked about a little bit. Maybe me and Jay have like a once a month stream just on Twitch.
Yeah. Something like
Um,
that.
so
Hey, Ryan.
oh yeah, that's what I was gonna watch.
What? Oh, is he picking?
Ooh, some of it.
Hey! This is not your OnlyFans page. I saw that little slip.
What slip?
Your butt.
Oh yeah. Some people enjoyed that. I didn't.
Is that what do you think we are? OnlyFans page?
Well, you never know. We might eventually get there.
What, so did he already make the pick?
No, because I didn't want to miss it.
Or is it coming up?
Why isn't my thing popping up? Cavaliers are playing right now.
Okay.
I don't even know what channel the draft is on anymore.
Oh, ESPN.
Yeah.
Let's go to Tom's channel.
Woo. So I guess we'll stream for a little bit longer.
I mean, I don't know. I can't find it.
It's this one, 198.
Oh, Savion Williams, the wide receiver from TCU? Are we just ignoring defense? It's weird. Damn, I did not expect that, man. Another wide receiver. That's pretty nuts. Dude, apparently somebody kidnapped me.
Yeah, bro. Man,
I thought it was the 6th round he was supposed to do.
I thought it was the 7th. Alright, Green Day's picking it at 198.
Well, they didn't even show him announcing the pick.
Wow. We take a defensive tackle. Warren. Yeah, they didn't even show it.
Yeah, Warren Blinson?
Yeah, they didn't even show him announcing it. That's a shame.
Yeah, he went up there with the cheesehead though. New Jersey, I think.
So, yeah. I'm sure it's gonna be on YouTube later today.
Yeah.
So.
Boo, NFL cameras. Boo. Boo. We don't want to see this guy. We don't want to see these 5 guys on the desk just talk. Okay. You hear me out. As long as this draft goes and how much time there is in between picks, they should literally have a setup of a whole bunch of artists and things in between that just keep going to make it entertaining. Like they could literally make this. They do make it a spectacle, but they can make it more of a spectacle. I know they have a live band that plays, but like it's not like a popular artist or anything. I think they could do a better job around.
Yeah, I think they could.
Thanks for letting us know, Ryan, because I thought it was later.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was later, but oh,
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are going to end the podcast right here. Thanks for joining in the special Saturday edition of this podcast. It's been my pleasure. Me and Kenton, we always have fun with you guys.
Yeah, and I hope you guys don't mind the randomness sometimes in our pods. I'll start trying to make the list more and send them to Jay, because ever since I kind of stopped sending him the list, we've been
Yeah,
more
we're
random.
everywhere. We're all over the place.
That's my fault, but it's because I'm busy outside of this, so I gotta use the spare time I do have to
We need
a little bit more stuff.
We need structure.
Yeah.
Well,
Like I said, I already found the notebook, and it wasn't really lost. I just was cleaning my room again and getting boxes moved. So
yeah. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Let them know.
All that good stuff.
Yep. We'll be back.
To our original time Friday.
Yeah. So
it's been fun. Like I always say, stay safe, stay positive, and go pack up.
yep. Go Bucks, go! My little pin fell.
And good luck to the Bucks tomorrow night.
I know.
It's been fun, guys. We'll talk to you next week.